Congress from Texas who was in a hearing with Louis Gohmert yesterday, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, a Democrat and a co-chair of the bipartisan Congressional Coronavirus Task Force. Congresswoman, it's good to have you on the program. Obviously, I know that you're wishing the best health to your colleague. What's your reaction to finding out this news?
Well, Chris, you see that I'm wearing a mask, but I'm 6 feet away from everyone that is surrounding me, so I will take it off in the appropriate way, and hopefully we'll be able to get it off, let it hang down a little bit. It's a very sad day. It's a sad day for the people who have to be around those who refuse to wear a mask. It is a sad day for Texas. It continues to be a sad day for America. Since this horrible virus was discovered and we organized a bipartisan task force focused on what we could do to get in front of and to stop COVID-19. And the one thing we know is clear is that masks are an effective weapon against COVID-19, along with testing and social distancing. And of course, what I think is extremely important for Texas, which we're being held hostage in not getting that authority, is for local jurisdictions to be able to issue stay-at-home orders. I wish Congressman Gohmert well and his family well, but we can't take this for granted. It is well known that masks protect you from getting the COVID-19 virus, and it protects others from getting it from you. The longer we do this, the longer we have a president that partners with the Republicans, partners with individual members of Congress that are Republican, and shies away from science and reality and talks about demons and wears a mask half and half, off and on, and allows people to attack governors like Governor DeWine for issuing a mask order, or the governor of Michigan for various procedures to stop COVID-19. We're going to continue this fight, and we're going to have a tough battle in winning it.
I want to ask you a personal question. Obviously, there's political and public health stakes here, but just personally, this is your workplace. There are tons of staffers that work on Capitol Hill. There are janitors, security guards, Capitol Hill police. There's a bunch of people sharing that space. And Paul Kane from the Washington Post made this point. He said PGA Tour caddies face a stricter testing regime than members of Congress. After Gohmert News, Hoyer told reporters he's willing to reconsider some mandatory testing. This is a moment where we ought to discuss it again. Does the Capitol feel safe to you? You guys are flying in and out back to your districts. You're in fairly close quarters. Like, is the Capitol taking this as seriously as it should?
Well, this is the government of the most powerful nation in the world. This is the branch of government that has the purse strings that are desperately needed for towns that are suffering in my own state that don't have oxygen and ventilators and don't have enough medical professionals. They need the dollars that we're, of course, fighting the Senate trying to get. It's an enclosed place. It's an old place. Its circulation is not the best. So I think we're going to have to turn inward and assess how we address the question, not out of privilege, but out of the reality that we have to govern. I do think leadership will look seriously at a testing regimen because members do move back and forth. Airlines are not necessarily keeping to the middle seat being empty or uncrowded planes. And yes, I am concerned because COVID-19 is unpredictable. It is unpredictable because some people are asymptomatic, as the congressman suggested he is, and other people wind up on ventilators. And sadly, 150,000 of my fellow Americans, of which I've taken a moment of silence when we've opened testing sites in Houston, now some 23 that I've opened, we realize that this is not a joke. It's not something that is about politics and civil liberties and right and left. It's about saving Americans' lives, and it's about governing for them to be able to be here to help save their lives. I think we're going to have to do something enormously serious in that regimen and be able to be assured that our fellow colleagues are safe like we'd like ourselves to be safe. It's not privilege. It's simply focusing on governing this nation.